you just tell me? Basically, all I need is I'm working in a project where it's a AWS project. So that AWS project, okay, the responsibility what I got from my role is I need to keep provision multiple resources. Like say for example, this, this. So there is a project 1, project 2, project 3, project 4. So, but we are a central cloud team, central cloud team, CCT. So for this project 1 also, I need to provision. Basically, we need to provision, and project 2 also need to provision, and project 3 also need to provision. Project 4 also need to provision. Now the thing is, instead of I go and create all this, I am inviting them that okay, I'm giving some training, some basic understanding training. So how they need to log in and how they need to create a EC2, how they need to create any resource. To do that, this team, this first team have some more requirement, and this team some more services. They don't need the service 1 and service 2, but they need service 3 and service 4, but with the more privileges. But this team is just a monitoring team, so they are not going to provision, but they will see the provisioned resources for some data collection or log collection or whatever. But how do you handle this situation? This is exactly I given this. How do you handle this situation? How do you handle this situation?
We can create a roles, Vijay. Based on
Okay.
that, they can perform the things. But coming to provision, probably we can create a template with the parameters using Terraform, so that if the user X, if he has the read privileges, and whenever he provision any of the uh, instances or servers they require, probably they may get the read access.
Okay. So see, Terraform you can provision, but as per this example, this team 1 will log in aws.amazon.com, amazon.com, and using their login, they are going to do all this. So then we should apply the control in their logins. We should apply the control in their logins. We should apply the control in their login, whatever we agreed with the actual team perspective. I mean the business perspective. How do you do that?
Okay, we will create the user and we will add it to the group, respective groups. Uh, uh,
No, still you are not understanding. Here I'm talking about the provisioning. You are talking about the permission.
okay.
Say, for example, even EC2, this team should not create any machine. Say, for example, T2 small. Only they need to provision. Yeah, when Madhavi, I given access. You can talk.
Hi Vijay. We have a AWS service catalog,
Yes.
so we can give administrator guidance how to start and create portfolios and all permissions.
See, if you are looking for a long term, because you are a service provider, this is the exactly all cloud provider also created their aws.amazon.com, portal.amazon.com, and Google Cloud. Those portal UI, whatever we are just explained, explored, right? This portal. This is same. This is how they are also created. The same service catalog concept. So in AWS also is going to be the same. But before going to that, I'm going to open up an image. So you are admin. Okay, user doesn't have any idea. They are not AWS masters. Okay, this is where most of our people, they are keep on complaining that I don't have an actual real-time experience, but I want to go for a good job. Because even you join IT, whatever allocated job role only you can able to perform. Okay, so what I'm saying is everything you can implement in your own lab with your free tier or pay-as-you-go tier with the minimal setup itself. So what we can do is we can create a service catalog, and we can create a roles, and we can create a packages, we can create a what they need to do, what they should not do beyond this. That rule you can go for it. So basically, if you provision service catalog, they will come, they will log in. Even they can go EC2 S3, but they cannot provision. It will throw the error. But you can control them in a way that how they can go for it. So I'm going here, I'm going for the service catalog. Okay, so there is a development template. First, we will go and create a key pair. Okay, so we will go and create a key pair. So first, we will close all windows. We will log into the AWS console. I'm just logging in. 𝐸𝐴𝐴𝐵𝐸. So I'm just going to EC2. I'm in 𝐂𝐥𝐸. So in 𝐂𝐥𝐸, we will go to EC2. Maybe we can change it to North Virginia if you need. Yes, I always prefer to go with North Virginia because the availability zones are high. And I'm going for a EC2 key pair. So go to key pair. So I'm just going to remove all. I don't want to go for it. Say delete. So as per this document, I'm going to create a key pair, CNL new. So I'm going to create a CNL new. Okay. And what is this one? Let me just go here. Say perm file, we will create it. And say create key pair. So it's got downloaded. It's fine. Now, what we can do is we can come down. So now we have knlnew.perm file. Create a AWS service catalog portfolio. Go here. Portfolio. Portfolio means now in general terminology, what is that? Anyone can tell me what is mean by portfolio in general terminology? In general, what is mean by portfolio? In general, what is mean by portfolio?
Grouping of
Like
the
agenda.
Agenda, who has to do what is their responsibility? That is a portfolio. What exactly we are doing? What exactly your expertise? Correct. What exactly you are allowed? Maybe you can put any of this, right?
Yes, Vijay.
So now what we can do is I can go and exactly we are going to do the same. To create a portfolio, first you go to AWS Service Catalog. If you are a AWS Service Catalog administrator, first time choose launch solution. Okay, if you are not sure what is Service Catalog, then what I'm saying is go for launch solution. Go to home. go to home. Okay, and say get started. That's what I mentioned. It's going to be almost similar. So even I uploaded github.com/cloud unload. If you go to AWS Solution Architect Training, day 21, it is having already. So if you are using Service Catalog Administrator console first time, click Launch Solution with Getting Started library. This wizard will help you one by one. Okay, whatever I'm going to do, this wizard will help you to do all this. Okay, so I'm just going back to AWS Service Catalog. So I'm going back to my login. So here you can go in this and say choose create portfolio. Where is create portfolio? Going for Service Catalog. I'm creating a portfolio. Click portfolios, create a portfolio. Okay, give some name. I'm giving engineering tools. I'm giving engineering tools. And then they can go for sample portfolio contents. This up to you, what exactly you are going to perform. Just a description you can give it. And also if you have some owner name, better you give it. Okay, create it. So we have created one portfolio now. Now we need to categorize it. Once created, now we will have the portfolio. Now go to Service Catalog product. Okay, go to Service Catalog product. Go here, and there is a, when you create a portfolio, just go and click this. So click this, and you will have to add the product. Basically, you told this is our portfolio. Then as part of portfolio, what exactly you are offering. Okay, mostly if you go to any service-based companies, in their website, there will be a portfolio menu will be there. So if you click that, they will clearly documented, or they will explain you what are all they're offering, how they are offering, right? So now in this case, what we are going to do is we are going to say this is engineering tools team. As part of engineering tools team, what is exactly they can offer, means they can allow. So going here and say upload new product. So what I'm going to do is upload new product. Okay, let me just show you the files. So whatever I'm doing already available in the GitHub. So don't worry. AWS Solution Architect training. Go here. There is a 21 day. Go here. So everything is already available. Okay, JSON template and the image, even the policy, everything is there. So exactly this is what we are going to do. Enter product details. Okay, now I'm going to say Linux desktop is my product. So Linux desktop, and then description, you can give any name, any some description about. Even if you don't give description also, it's not mandatory field. So provided by IT. And also if you know distributor is what? Distributor is who? Your team, your central team who is distributing everything. So if you want, you can mention, otherwise leave it, come down. And there is a use CloudFormation template. In this, use CloudFormation template and you can upload it. So when you say use CloudFormation template, okay, you can upload it, or you can use a template file. We have already downloaded, you have, so you can use it, or you can upload it to use, go to AWS CloudFormation, upload it, or you can go for here itself. So go here and choose file. Okay, I'm just going to say show all files. Let me just select the template. So I have selected the templates. Okay. And now what is the next one? Enter support details. So what is the support details we need to give? You can, if you want, you can give say Linux desktop. This is a version 1 template, version 1.0 template. Support details, you can give some email ID contacts. So we can give these details are going to be your team, who is the central person managing everything. And come down. If you have any support intranet, you can give it and say create product. So now, as part of your portfolio, you have created one product. So this is my portfolio. Okay, in this portfolio, I created one product. I created one product. Okay, say Linux desktop. You can create multiple portfolio like this. So come down. So I have created, and then on the version you can give, or you can go for it. So template also we have just uploaded. Let it be there. Come down. So support detail also we have given. So we have created a product and add a template constraint to limit. Basically, this is what the team 1 should not go any different instance size. Using this template, they can only acceptable or allowed to go some of the instance sizes. So how do you do that? So first you need to create a constraints. So create a constraints because you added the products. I'm going here. So you added the products. Now for this product, for this portfolio, what is the constraint? Go here, create a constraint. So while creating a constraint, come down, you need to select add constraint and select product type. Right? So you have to click constraint, come down. You need to create a template, select template, come down, choose a product, Linux desktop, and that there is a template constraint. In this, come down. So you need to copy paste this. So I already given in the documentation. Go above. Even in the notepad, we have. So if you see here, if you go above, so there is a this one available. Everything is there already in the GitHub. Go down. So there is a text editor or interactive editor. So you can either go with this one. Better, we already have the rule. So go with the text editor. So best replace this with your, because you are mentioning apart from T2 micro or T2 small or whatever you want, you can add. Say for example, data project, you can only allow what they can. So you can mention those type of instance which you are allowing. Okay, so come down and you can mention some description. Say I'm going to allow, I am allowing, sorry, we are allowing project 1 team to create only 2 instance types. Okay, and say create. So constraints also got created. Now what this next? Constraints also got created. Now we need to launch constraint to assign IAM role. How do you do that? So go to IAM, not in this, don't disturb this window. Open up IAM in the next tab. Go to IAM. And one more thing I just want to confirm to everyone. These days, many of the I'm started hearing many of people from my students and followers. Uh, the AWS account is getting hacked. Most of their accounts, they are facing a lot of issues with respect to billing. So what is happening is when they are hacking your account and they are creating thousands of instances with the higher instance types, which end of the day, it is going to end up with a huge billing. So if you are not having MFA, but I added a different way of authentication. So MFA, better you enable it. You install some Google Authenticator or Azure Authenticator, some soft token authenticator, and sync with this. So without that, no one can hack your, no one can enter your login. If you not enable, please enable as soon as possible. Okay, I'm going back to here. So I'm going first to policies. Create a policy. We need to first create a notebook policy. So going policies. I'm saying create policy. And then copy the following example. That is what I just opened. So here there is a policy. You can copy this. So where I need to paste it. So basically the policy document, we need to mention it. So here either you can go and design, or you can type on your own JSON policy and paste it here. Basically what we are saying is we need to create a stack. Apart from this, don't allow anything for that login, right? So say next tag. So review policy, the Linux name desktop. So the policy name is accordingly you can select Linux desktop policy. Then come down, click, come down. So the policy got created. Now next what? This policy we need to associate. Okay, and we need to create a policy, and also we have to now create a role. Now the policy document is created. Now we need to associate a role. We will go with the roles and then create a role. And in that role, what service we are expecting? Service catalog, right? So in that role, AWS service. So service catalog. Service catalog, I'm selecting it. So in that service catalog, the UI is slowly changing. They are changing a lot of UI, so don't get confused. Basically, you select AWS service. Okay, I selected, but the one which I took is a old UI, but now they are changing the new UI. So it doesn't matter as long as I know what service. So just select service catalog. In that service catalog, you select this, come down, and then you need to attach this policy. What policy? Next. Linux desktop policy. Click it. Say next. Okay, so now role name. What is the role name you will give? The role name is give some relevant to what is the policy document you created. What is the policy document you created? Linux desktop launch creation role, right? So come down. So you have attached, say create role. So now role also got created. Now come down on the AWS service catalog. So come back to the next previous tab, AWS service catalog. You need to go all engineering tools portfolio on the portfolio. So go here in the portfolio engineering tools, and you need to attach this IAM role. Okay, so go here, groups, roles. So add groups and roles. What is the IAM role we have created. So we have created desktop launch role. This is what we created, right? So add access. So which means now we are going to add the users. So come down, engineering tools, and launch it. Select IAM role. Even you can go and attach this. Okay, so now they are adding one more constraint. So go here, engineering tools portfolio, and constraint, create constraint, Linux desktop, constraint type, choose launch. So we'll go one by one. Go to engineering tools, go to constraints, go to create constraints. Now go here. In that constraint for product, select Linux desktop. Linux desktop. And here you need to select launch, choose continue. Say launch. And you need to select launch and continue, and the launch constraint page, select IAM roles. So here, select IAM role. We already selected. Say create. Now come down. So we have created both launch and select IAM roles. We have selected to grant permissions. Okay, so again, we have to go and IAM. Why we are doing this? Because as per this diagram, we have project 1. Okay, so we have created the role. We have attached the policy document. Okay, and also we attach to this product. This is the product. So now what we are going to do is, this is completely we created for project 1 purpose. So we need to create all these users, and these users also part of this. This is what we are going to do. So we are going here and again going back to IAM, and create a new groups first, because don't go with the direct users. Create a group and add users to that group so that anytime any user can be added. So I'm going here, going for a user groups. Okay, create a group. Name it as a end users, or say project 1. We can say project 1. In as per this diagram, we can say project 1 user, and come down. You can have, we have created the AWS service catalog, right? So we are going to give that, associate that particular service for those users. So we are going to search this AWS service catalog. So we are going to give that service only for full user, because already if they go to that service, we know we already tagged the constraints. So they cannot go anything beyond that, even though they go and full access, but we already tagged them to the some constraints. Say group got created. Now we need to create a user. So at least one user so that you can explore it. So you can create one user, and for username type for user, and you can associate to this group. So I'm going for a user, add user. So we can name it as say project 1 user, and they are saying you need to add this user, associate to this group, whatever we created. So if you want, you can go with CLI as well as GUI. Custom password, I'm going to say Windows at 12345. and I don't want to create next login. And add users to the group. Yes, we are adding it to it. So project one user. So let's go here. What is the username? Project one user. Password is Windows at 1 1 2 3 4 5. Project one user. Project one user. Okay, now come down. So I have associated the user. Now come back to the actual portfolio. Now there is a user. So go here, go user, project one user is there. So select it and say add access. So now for this portfolio, for this product, this user for this constraint is possible now. Even though they can come inside and they cannot do more than this constraint, beyond these constraints. That is the exact expectation from our side. So even you can give the groups, so that I'm going here. So end user also, groups also you can attach it. So the user will be there. The groups also will be there. Come down. So you can now ask them to go and log in this and find out how their experience. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to log in, copy. I'm going to log in this, or I'm going to log in here. Where is the incognito mode? Anyone know how to go for incognito mode in Opera? Okay, let me just log out from this, and I'm going for the actual one, service catalog. Okay, so here I'm going for the login. So we have our user ID project one user. AM user. Okay, so account. Okay, we will get the account. We'll again log in and say Y33ZDW. Just logging in. So we'll take the IAM URL. Okay. So we will go with IAM. We will take that URL. Control Shift N. Okay. Control Shift N. Okay. So it's a private mode. That's good. So now what we can do is we can go with my security credentials. The account ID is, we need to log in with this account ID. Now what we can do is we can go and say aws.amazon.com, but this time we are going to log in as a IAM user. Sign in. Okay, I'm going with IAM user, so I need to provide my account ID. Now, what is the username password we created? Project1 user, project1 user, and password is Windows at 12345. So we have logged in. First, we will do one thing. I'm thinking I'm a normal user. Okay. If I go and check, say EC2, EC2, are you able to see this? Can you confirm in the chat? Are you able to see this? Are you able to see this error? I cannot do anything. Even I go launch instance, right? So if I go and select, see, because you are not authorized to perform. Why? Now anyone can tell me what exactly service catalog. Service catalog is a more robust. Okay, you define. Okay, if you have a multiple projects, multiple accounts, but the centralized cloud team, right? You create the portfolio for that project. First, you need to discuss. First, you need to define what all service, what level access, what kind of a permission they need, right? So then you need to create a portfolio, and in that portfolio, what all service, each service you need to add as a product, and you need to create a IAM policy document, which all these services you need to mention, and that policy document you need to attach it to group, and you need to create a user, attach it to this group, and come to portfolio, and you need to make sure this product also added, all products and groups also added under constraints, and also you need to add, sorry, not under constraints, the IAM roles also has to be added, a user also has to be added, and constraints also has to be added. Constraint means what, apart from what I should not do, right? So now if I get this, if I go here, I can only go not all the services. I can only go service catalog, but service catalog I can able to explore it. See here, there is a only one product allocated to me because that is how the constraints created. So I'm going here. I'm going to select and say launch product. That's it. The end user doesn't have any, no need any super duper cloud knowledge. All they need to do is they need a basic training how to use this workflow. Just launch product. Even they cannot get anything. Come down. There is a engineering tools, expand it. So only we are allowing to create two. So you can create multiple thing, but see here, there is a only two because that is how we created. Even you can stick with the only one key pair. Even you can go with the only one particular network. Everything is possible, but only thing is how you are going to do it. That is how the first question. Okay, so this is also one of the way you can control your environment. Okay, Samsul, can you open up your thing? Unmute if you are not from busy background. Okay, and also I don't know how many of you explored this. Okay, this is a private window, so I'm just going here. There is a AWS automation. Samsul, can you unmute? I just want to explain something. I given access to you. In this, there is a AWS Terraform automation scripts. So go to this playlist. I'm going here. I'm going for Cloud and Cloud. I'll search AWS I'll show you what I'm trying to explain regarding that tag mail alerts. Okay. I think I haven't released. Okay, so in that case, I will go for add in the same GitHub. So basically, what I created is Samsul. Can you unmute? Samsul. Okay. How many of you seen his comment in the WhatsApp group regarding the database sizing? So how many of you seen his database sizing in WhatsApp group? Okay, can because I want to be interactive. Can anyone unmute? I given access to everyone.
Yeah, Vijay.
Okay, so he mentioned there is a huge cost he's getting, Srikanth. And
Yes.
so there is a couple of things you need to understand because RDS is always expensive. Okay, uh, there is a couple of parameters you can think of. There is a good article I also found. Probably I can just share it here. Okay, so I will share this URL later. Okay, so
Okay.
there is a couple of ways. First, you need to, before you go and think on the cost reduce, first you think on the, or you have the proper automation. Probably I created a script, but I forgot to upload in the GitHub. So I'll upload. So what is that script? What I created is in AWS, I'm going for here. There's a budget. How many of you handled this service? It's a very good service, I would say. Okay, especially for EC2, especially for RDS, you can create very niche rules to make sure you are not get killed by huge billing.
I used this service, Vijay.
Yeah, it's a very good one. So I created a complete, very simple Terraform script. Okay, go to create budget. Okay, so if you go here, cost budget, go here. Even you can create a usage wise. You can set the monthly bill. And the beauty here is after, say, for example, I'm just going with some budget name, say RDS cost. Uh, I'm just giving some example. So recurring budget or expiring budget. So if you say some time limit also, this part they added very recently. Previously, when I created the script, it was not there. It's okay. So fixed or planned. This also you can select, but I will show you what is there. So you are saying fixed. I should not go beyond $1,000. Okay, all AWS service or filter AWS. So they are keep on adding. Previously RDS and EC2 predominantly will be there. Okay, I'm so saying next. So here you would have to add threshold. Okay, and based on the threshold, what exactly you want. Basically, I'm saying 80% of the budgeted amount trigger the mail or forecasted. Okay, and also you need to get an alert. You configure it and come down the next. Wait. Okay, this is the 85% I'm saying. So here you need to add action. This is what I created in the script. So what exactly? So you need to create a role, Srika. In that role, say for example, before think about the cost thing, first you need to make sure the relevant automation is in place. What kind of automation? If 50% is reached, all stakeholder has to be received the notification. Hey, there is a 50% you reached because your allocated budget is $1,000. And 60% again they all has to release. This is how we discussed and agreed along with all managers, everybody. And 70% have to receive a mail, and 80% the same, but you can change this order. I'm just giving you an example. And 85%, yes, I am into slowly entering into amber. So you need to send a very strict mail. There is some issue. So either you need to take you need to have a look at it, okay, based on your budget, or you can simply contact the program manager and discuss and agree either your quota. Before going to the 90%, you need to make some action, okay. And 90% there is no action from any project, then just send one more warning. And 95%, you need to take some action. What kind of action? Either you stop that, this is also on, or you need to make sure you are creating one more cluster. This is also one of the thing, or this means they are not having a proper service improvements. Like most of the time, what will happen is database side, you will create a master and you will give all load to master. So rather you create a read. Most of the read requests in database normally 80% are a read request, 20% of the request are a write request. So you need to situate in this way. So you need to pick up some proper instance size. This is also one of the things people are getting missed out. And the configuration of this database and giving this budget alert also will help you to overcome most of the time this kind of pain, cost billing pain. And another one is you need to size it properly. First, you need to give a load. How many of you attended the first few classes in internship and the AWS? So there is a sizing I explained. So when you do a sizing, first you need to make sure where your traffic is going to be and how much peak load, how much non-peak load. These are all will help you to size your correct instance. So if I go here, I'm going for a EC2. Okay, I'm going to simple EC2 because RDS is indirectly it is triggering the similar instance type. Okay, I'm just going for a instance. I'm going for a launch instance. Select anything. Okay, here I'm going for say current generation. I think there should be some. Okay, so now vCPUs. So if you come down, there is a two CPU 4 GB RAM, but we will go with something different. 8 CPU. Okay, see here, 8 CPU 32 GB RAM. 8 CPU 32 GB RAM. Okay, so if I go with this or this or this, okay, definitely the cost will be something different. So you need to take a call. What is your actual purpose? The instance type, the RDS instance type, as well as the basically compute instance type. So if it is, say for example, memory based, this is what we discussed in one of the class also. So if your purpose is not the memory based, then you need to carefully get this aligned. Can anyone tell me memory based application will give a, do you think will give a good performance if you select the IO based instance type, but the capacity wise same still, I would say. Do you think it will be good?
No, Vijay.
Okay, so these are all first parameter you need to take in care. Before you go all the analysis or troubleshooting, these 4 parameters you need to take in care. And the finally you need to go and check, okay, what is the other one? This is what I tell. The instance class and database and also the license model. Say for example, most of this is what I explained in one of the thing yesterday. So you need to first apply what database I need. So in order to decide, you can go and check the iron triangle theorem. This is what I explained most of the time. Still, till now I used this. I got it in one of the community conference only theorem. These are all nothing to do with the cloud, but in order to handle cloud, most of the time these are all will help a lot. This is exactly iron triangle theorem database. Yes, this is the one. So first you need to ask your requirement from the requirement point of view, whether you need, I mean the project need availability or consistency, or availability or partition tolerance, or partition tolerance and consistency. Mostly these two are going to be semi-structured and unstructured. Mostly this is going to be RDBMS, because RDBMS have the data structure, right? So once you decided this, then you need to ask further. This is how the flow yesterday I explained. After this, you need to come back and select this one, because what I heard is, what I've seen so far is, you can even go with the DynamoDB. Okay, even you can go with a simple S3 bucket also, because it's going to be columnar, right? But what I'm saying is, what is your actual purpose? What is the load? What is the forecast in another 2 to 3 years? These are all has to be a key driver before you go and start invest your time on costing part. If anyone not clear, let me know. I will explain again. I will share this URL. See, if you don't have such script, anyway, I will share today in the WhatsApp group. Even I will create a GitHub. I will add it in this AWS Terraform automation script repository. So you need to have such script you created, and you need to deploy it first. When you deploy, you go here and check the budget part. Where is that? The budget one which we created. Yes, no, not this one. Yes, this is the one. So the budget rule has to be in place, which either you can create manually, but I never prefer to go with manually. So for this creation, I have a very good Terraform script. I will share it with everyone. So this you need to have first this kind of a checkpoints. Even there is an amber, you need to take a call whether you need to kill. Previously, only stop option will be there. Nowadays, they are also started enabled. They enabled to remove those instance, but in production we cannot remove. All you need to do is this notification workflow has to be there, and you need to have a correct sizing part. Most of the time we choose the wrong instance type. That is also one of the huge billing part. Our application is memory intensive, but we used to select the disk-based instance type. I'm just looking for one more PPT. Let's can you wait for some time so that I can bring out.
Vijay, I have one question.
Yes.
So if it is a reserved instance, probably we
Yes.
don't look at the budget, right?
Yes.
We
Because
know
reserved engine upfront, you will get a lot of concession.
discount.
Yes.
Yeah. So if it is on demand, so probably that's where this will work. It seems.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
We will go with the AWS instance. I'm not able to locate the PPT. I will just send it after this. But I have explained on one of AWS instance types. Everything is in Google, but only thing is we need to just understand the thing. Okay, let me go here. I'll always go with the images. Yes, this is the one. So are you able to see Srikanth, everyone? So this first you need to decide what is your purpose. See, the same capacity you can also get it from G family. You can also get it from R family. But or to be frank, I'm saying most of my cost enhancement project, cloud project. Whenever I involved from IBM, whenever I involved even the recently also, most of the time the sizing is not accurate with respect to their actual application, whatever they are using in that infrastructure. So you need to be very careful where you want to put your application, what type of application. Then you need to take a call. Okay, the same capacity, if I go with R5 also getting the same capacity, I can go with G4 also. But what is the price difference? So these are all you need to first calculate. You are getting it, Srikanth. Before we go and choose for all effort as part of the cost saving, this is the first priority you need to put it.
Yeah, Vijay.
Okay.
Vijay, we have AWS Calculate. We can use that.
AWS calculator, many people, they don't know how to do it. Okay, let me go. I'll show you
No.
what is the problem. Many people,
Uh,
why they are not able to use. I'll just show you a simple idea.
okay.
Okay, I'm just going to create. So we will go with RDS. Okay, we will go with one simple, say for example, AWS RDS MySQL or PostgreSQL. So configure it. So in this, until you don't know what is D or M4 based on this, is memory based or you understand the
Yes, yeah, Vijay, I
so
understand.
until you don't understand, correlate with this, definitely this is not going to make any sense for anyone. Correct. This is
Okay.
the basic Venumatavi.
Yeah,
So
okay.
until I don't have a clarity what type of family for what future they already, because they already given a benchmark. Okay, they already created related to that type. They already tested. They already proved. So they based on that benchmark only they created this portfolio. So first you need to get some good idea on this, then go for pricing calculator. I would say it's a win-win situation.
Okay.
And also there is a multi-availability zone. Until you don't have any specific GDBR, then it's okay. But if you have a specific GDBR, then this also doesn't make any sense. So each and every parameter you need to consider before you spend time on how to cost saving. But what is the other way reverse is happening is people directly going and investing all their efforts how to save the cost. But you need to have all this clarity. Even read replica, most of the time I've seen they are giving more load on the primary one, master. I mean the master. So that is really should not be the case. So you can pick up some a small instance size, read replica. Uh, so you can facilitate with the metadata also. Probably I can explain one more session also with some example I create with Terraform, and then I can. But in nutshell, before you go for the cost part, you need to have these 4 parameter in place. One is what is the alert notification if you reach, because first you need to define the threshold. That threshold has to have minimum 4 levels, forecast level or fixed level, to inform all the stakeholders. Most of the time they used to take a dump or unwanted things which is triggering. And another one is what have we are we chosen the right type based on the application. Okay, and also we need to ensure how many years we are going to forecast it. Like say we know next 3 years this project is going to be there. Then as Srikanth mentioned, the straight away you can go with some reserved one, because you will get a lot of benefits. I mean the concession wise. Okay. I think Samsul is not there.